This was a planned killing.
No.
It was a planned, premeditated killing. And more than one person was involved.
Why?
Why?
Yes, why? Why would they do this?
You know, Teresa, you know why.
Because of me? Because I would give up what I have for this? No.
If this woman is innocent, then she's caught in the unluckiest alignment of coincidences in history. This is Teresa Stone. You might remember her from the last episode. She's the wife who discovered her husband, Randy Stone, shot dead in his insurance office, with no forced entry, no struggle, and even money left untouched. Suspicion fell on the people closest to him, and that meant Teresa was sitting in the interrogation chair.
I knew he had that gun, but I knew he got rid of it.
He didn't get rid of it. That's the gun that killed him.
Then who has it then? That's what I want to know.
It's in the same place where these cell phones are.
Then who has it?
That's what I'm asking you.
I don't know.
Who do you think has it?
I have no idea.
Who do you think got rid of these phones?
I gave my phone back to this man right here.
Mm-hmm.
And what he did with it after that, I have no idea.
On the surface, she played the role of a grieving wife. But in this episode, you'll see three major things: Teresa's narcissism, the secrets she's been hiding, and her conviction that she can outsmart the detectives, even when some of the evidence is already caught on camera.
Did I tell you we have a video? Did I tell you that? Because we have not one but two videos. We have seen the car, and we have seen the man get out of the car.
Who is it?
I'm not going to tell you who it is. I'm telling you, Brother Love pulled the trigger. I'm telling you, this is the motive. This is the reason that your husband is dead. It's up to you to tell us exactly what happened, exactly what was going on. All right. Now, I've got about 20 detectives out here, and I'm going to be honest with you. I got about 20 detectives out here that want to take this to a grand jury today, tomorrow. They think there's enough evidence against you to have you charged because they think you're involved in this. And either not that you killed him, but that you have something to do with this. And do you know why? Because of this? Because your statement that you gave the other night to Detective Stewart is full of inconsistencies and untruths?
What?
I'm telling you, they have torn that statement apart. We have a page and a half of things that's not jiving, all right?
Like what? I have told you everything that happened on that day.
Well, I'm telling you that
I have
they have
receipts to show you. My daughter was with me.
we're not saying you. That's what I'm telling you
Oh my
that
God.
there's trouble here, Teresa. There's trouble here. All right? You have got to tell us what happened that day, and if you don't tell us, then I'm telling you, I've been doing this for 24 years, and I'm telling you, I can see the direction that this is going. And if you're not truthful with me and tell me everything that's going on and what you know, you're going to be a soul out on a plank, all right, all by yourself. My investigators believe that you are involved in this, either in the cover-up. They don't.
There's no way.
I'm telling you.
I would never do anything to hurt my husband. I love him so much. That's why I was trying to get rid of this. That's why I was trying to get Brother Love out of my office. We were trying to start over. I didn't want him in my life anymore. I wanted to just be with my husband for the rest of my life. Please, tell me.
I'm telling you something.
Tell me what is not driving. I want to know what's not. I need to know.
For example, you say you went to the bank and made a deposit, right?
Yes.
We've been to the bank 3 times. They say that there is no activity on your account that afternoon.
There is
Alright.
too. I have the receipt to prove it.
Well, I'm just telling you what the bank's telling us, okay? If you got a receipt, we'll look at it, all right? But I'm telling you, the bank's telling us 3 times now, we've checked 3 times.
You checked with U.S. Bank
U.S.
on
Bank,
my line of credit.
yes.
The line of credit is not in my name. It is in Randy's name.
They checked both your names, okay? We didn't go up there half-ass and just say, okay. They pulled up they were very helpful. They pulled up everything. We did it 3 times with them. And they're saying, we're sorry, but there's no activity, all right? That's their mistake. We'll figure it out. If you
I
got a
will pull it
receipt,
off of the computer
okay.
myself and show it to you.
Okay.
I have the receipt that I went to the bank on the square
Mhm.
to make a deposit.
Okay.
I cannot
I was
believe
telling you, the
this.
bank's saying there is none, all right? So if you got a receipt, you better make sure you hold on to it.
I will go home and find it.
Okay.
I cannot believe this. I seriously cannot believe this.
That's true, Teresa.
No.
She's juggling all 3 masks at once, lying, crying, and faking confusion. The longer she keeps this up, the deeper she digs her own hole.
I have the receipt from my chiropractor's office. I have the receipt from JCPenney's. I have everything. I was with my daughter. I picked her up from school. I went home. My parents were there. Are you kidding me?
When the detectives came over to your house to look for that gun to see if there might be a gun box or something, I've read the report and I've talked to them, and they said that you did about everything that you could think of to try to keep them from finding that box.
I did not. They did not talk to me.
They said if it wasn't for Michael, they would never got that box.
They didn't talk to me about anything.
Well, they said Michael came up there. Michael thought that the gun box might be under y'all's bed. He started to look under, and you
Michael
shut him
knows
out
more
the
about
door.
that gun stuff than I do. I don't know what Randy does with it. I swear to you, you give me a stack of Bibles and I will swear to you. I don't know anything about Randy's guns. Michael and Randy did all that stuff. They never shared any of that stuff with me because I didn't like them. Miranda and I did not like them. We always ran away when it came to that stuff.
Do you know he always used to show that gun off? We have people that come here and say he used to show that gun off all the time in the office. He was proud of that gun.
Yeah, I know he was.
Okay.
I know he was, and he showed it to the people, the detectives, or our clients who worked here. He always showed it to them. I was never in there when he showed that gun to them, ever, because he knows I don't like guns. I didn't even like him carrying it in his briefcase. I didn't like it at all.
Mike said they would clean that gun in the house. But Mike, even your son told me that you knew about the gun.
Yes, I knew about the gun.
Okay, but you told us you didn't know about the gun.
Who didn't know about the gun?
You told us that you didn't know about the gun.
Yes, I knew he had that gun, but I knew he got rid of it.
He didn't get rid of it. That's the gun that killed him.
Then who has it then? That's what I want to know.
It's in the same place where these cell phones are.
Then who has it?
That's why I'm asking you.
I don't know.
Who do you think has it?
I have no
Who do you
idea.
think got rid of these phones?
Who has the phones? Or who had the phones? I gave my phone back to this man right here.
Mhm.
And what he did with it after that, I have no idea. Never daughter did this. No. No.
Look at this. All her animated gestures are making her look even less believable.
No, he didn't do this.
If he had these phones, he's involved. These phones don't fall off the face of the earth. This phone, 217, was purchased 2 weeks before your husband died. That phone was purchased for one reason. Because they knew Randy was going to die. And they needed a way to communicate with somebody that he thought wasn't going to be traced back.
You know why? He purchased this phone because his wife found the other phone that he had. And he told me that. That's why he purchased that phone.
He purchased that because his wife found this one?
Yes,
When did he tell you that?
the day he bought that phone.
How'd that come up in conversation?
What come up in conversation?
That he bought a new track phone. I mean, how did that come up?
Because his wife had the other one,
Mm-hmm.
and he didn't want me to call it.
Okay.
That's why he bought another phone.
But this one was operating right up to the 31st. Matter of fact, of the two phones, this was the last one that actually made a phone call. And that was about an hour or two after Randy was found deceased. And then they both went blank. And we know this phone was traveling around the city making phone calls after Randy. Did I tell you we have a video? Did I tell you that? Did I tell you we know exactly what time your husband died? Because we have not one but two videos. We have seen the car, and we have seen the man get out of the car.
Who is it?
I'm not going to tell you who it is.
Why not?
I am telling you because I'm trying to get some truthfulness out of you. Because I'm telling you that if you don't sit here and tell me the truth about everything you know, I'm telling you, you're going to end up in a whole lot of trouble. More trouble than you could ever imagine.
I am telling you the truth about the phones. All I know is his wife found this phone, so he had to go buy this phone. Now, I don't know if he got this phone back and she didn't know that he got it back. I don't know. I did not talk to him on that day. I had not talked to him since that day he left our office because I was too mad. Randy and I were both too upset. So we didn't talk to them or anything. We didn't talk to Brother Love. Nobody. We were trying to start our lives over again and just move on because we had already gone to a new church.
They're talking about David Lowe, the pastor of her church. The biggest question is, why did his wife draw the line at Teresa's calls? That unspoken secret is exactly what detectives are fishing for.
This was a planned killing.
No.
It was a planned, premeditated killing. And more than one person was involved.
Why?
Why?
Yes, why? Why would they do this?
You know, Teresa, you know why.
Because of me? Because I would give up what I have for this? No.
Your life has been spinning out of control for a while now, Teresa. It's been spinning out of control. And everything that you have learned since you were 7 years old in your church, for whatever reason, you've taken a wrong turn, all right? Matt Bruner was in here and talked to me the other night. And he, being the cop that he is and knowing that his career's on the line, he told me everything that happened between you and him. And I know it was more than just a kiss.
I know.
There are things been going on in your life. I'm going to tell you what I think. And this is coming from my heart. I think that you have been manipulated. You have been used. I think somebody has taken you away from your values and everything that you believe in this world to be good, and has sent you down the wrong road, and has talked you and got you into something that you would never have dreamed of ever being involved in. And I believe that. And I believe that. And it's a horrible situation. But the person that has done this to you, needs to accept responsibility for their actions. In the same way that you're accepting responsibility for your actions. You're accepting responsibility because you're paying the price right now, having to sit here and talk to me and go through this. You are the one that's paying right now, and the other person that's involved in this, they think they got away with murder scot-free. They think they don't have a thing to worry about. But here you are. Here you are. And I do not want to see you have to bear the burden of this alone. I don't want to see you have to bear this You have got to open up to me, and if you want any consideration, or if you want anybody to help you, then you're gonna have to come and tell me the truth, and you're gonna have to do it now. You're gonna have to tell me the whole truth. You got to tell me the truth. And I'm telling you right now, I know that you haven't even been able to sleep. I know that this has eaten you up. You're not a bad person. You weren't raised to be a bad person. And I'm telling you that you cannot bear this. You cannot bear this on your own.
Let me ask you one question.
Yeah.
You're not lying to me about anything in here.
There is not one lie that's been said in this room. And I will tell you something else. There's stuff I know that I'm not even going to tell you. All right? And I can't tell you, because I can't sit here and tell you everything. Because when you walk out of here, you've got cell phones. You got people, you can talk. The thing is, I can't tell you our whole case, but I can tell you there's more evidence than what's on this table. But I'm telling you this because this is a wake-up call for you. I'm trying to make you understand we're serious here. We're not playing games. I'm telling you that there is a prosecutor out there that is chomping at the bit to get involved in this thing. You know something that you're not telling me. You know more than what you're telling me, and I'm telling you.
I just want to know if you know who did it. Can you please tell me that?
We have our suspicions. And I'm telling you, probably within a few weeks, we're going to know for sure. But by then, it's going to be too late. If you're holding back, it's going to be too late for you. It will be too late because it's, right now, like I said, I've already got people out here that honestly believe that you've been holding back and you have not told us everything that you know about this situation. And that in itself will get you charged in a court of law. On a case like this, anybody who does not cooperate fully and disclose everything that they know is subject to get drawn into this net. And those that are cooperative and fully honest and come to us and say, this is what happened. The first person that comes to that door, comes into this office and makes that statement, that is the person that gets consideration. That is the person that looks like they have a conscience. That is the person that looks like they actually care about what happened that day, and they want justice, and they're willing to accept responsibility. That is the person that is going to get back on the road to where they need to be, especially with their Lord. I'm telling you, if you know something and you don't confess now, I'm telling you, you're not going to be able to get through this.
They've tried empathy, they've tried pressure, and now they're circling in with both. Interrogation psychology says someone can only juggle lies for so long. Let's see if this is the breaking point. Now on my Patreon, watch the interrogation of a father accused of killing his baby. The detective snaps and starts hitting him on camera. See the full video at patreon.com/strangerstoriesplus.
One question. Do you think he did it? Be honest with me.
I'm not here to talk about him right now.
No,
okay?
I need to know.
No, I need to talk about you. We'll talk about David when we need to talk about David. And we'll talk about other people that we're looking at. We'll talk about them when that time comes. And we're talking about you tonight. This is your time. It is your time to help us solve this crime. It is your time to tell me what you're not telling me.
I am telling you about these phones. And that's all I know about those phones.
Tell me again, this time be truthful. Tell me what was the nature of your relationship with David, truly. If you can't even do that much, I can't help you, Teresa. If you can't even be honest about that, I cannot help you.
Well, obviously he was in love.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess I was at one point.
How long ago?
Just recently. Probably a couple weeks ago. No, well, probably about a month ago.
Mm-hmm. About a month ago you felt like you were in love?
No. A month ago, I wanted it to end.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to start my life fresh with Randy.
Okay. Let's back up.
Okay.
I need to know. Mhm.
9 years ago.
Well, I need to know what kind of things have been going on between you and him before you decided that you wanted to put an end to this thing. Because I know it wasn't just phone calls. Couldn't have been. If we're gonna get these people off my butt, these people that want to get you indicted, you're gonna have to share. You're gonna have to show that you can be completely honest when the hard questions are
And
asked.
if you talk to him,
What if I talk to him? When I talk to him, it's gonna go down just about the way it's gone down with you. There's not gonna be much difference. I'm gonna ask him straight up questions, and if I think he's lying to me, I'm gonna call him on it. And that's the way it's gonna be. I don't treat anybody differently. I'm calling it on you. I'm calling you. I don't think that you're not being truthful with me about the nature of your relationship. And it's important.
do you understand that I'm scared?
I understand you're scared. And if you tell me why you're scared, what exactly scares you, I will try to help you. We'll get through this. Because when you say you're scared, I need to know exactly what is it that scares you. Because if that's what's keeping us from getting to the truth tonight, we need to take care of that. And we will. What scares you? You can talk to me and you're going to feel better after, I'm telling you, you're going to feel better after you talk to
I
me.
just don't want this to get out to anybody.
I'm telling you, we're not going to wave red flags and tell the world, okay? Teresa, I already know what you're going to say, but I have to hear it from you. I have to hear it from you. It's okay.
Yes, we had sex.
Okay.
And you know that.
I know that. I know that. And you know what? I'm not going to judge you for that. Okay?
Right before admitting the affair, Teresa says, "I don't want to get this out." Think about that. Her husband is dead. Detectives are searching for answers, and her biggest concern is protecting herself. That's classic narcissistic recentering. It's always about her.
Do you think that you're the only one that's gotten in that kind of position before?
I just never thought it would ever happen to me.
Well, and you know what I think? I think probably it was David's doing. He's the pastor of your church.
I know.
He is the leader. He is supposed to be taking care of his people.
I know.
And he didn't take care of you. He violated everything that he stood for in that church when he started pursuing you. You know? And I'm sure that I've talked to him, and I've talked to a bunch of other people, and they say that man can really be convincing. I mean, he is slick.
I
And
know,
he
my
used
husband
those-
has said the same thing.
well, he used his skills to be able, once again, to turn you away from your values and what means the most to you. And he did that. Okay? How long has this been going on? So this affair's been going on for off and on, or pretty steady?
No, it's been off and on.
Off and on?
Every time I try to stop it, he always makes me feel, I don't know.
What are your feelings? What are your feelings for him? Obviously, you had some feelings for him, but this wouldn't go on.
I
like
did.
that, right?
I did.
Okay. So you were in love with him. This must have been hard on him. The fact that you were leaving the church. That you had told him that you don't want him. You gave him his phone back, right? You gave him his phone back. You were trying to knock it off, trying to stop it. When he came into that office, is that what that was about? Did he come in there and tell Randy that you guys have been together?
No.
Did that ever come up?
No.
Okay. So that didn't come up. He was just telling you about this Bruner guy.
He was telling Randy about it because he was tired of other guys trying to come on to me.
Okay.
Because
David was tired of
Mhm.
other guys coming on to you?
Mhm.
All right.
Because I would tell him, and I probably shouldn't have. I just wanted to start afresh. I wanted it to end. I tried to end it a couple of times before. Actually, last year, I tried to stop it.
Okay.
And I wouldn't.
How did he take it?
Not very well.
Tell me about it.
Hours into questioning, when most people would be emotionally drained, Teresa still manages to laugh.
Well, he's not really an angry person. He doesn't get angry.
Mm-hmm.
But he just wasn't happy.
What did he say?
He said, I understand, because I just told him. I told him, I said, this is not right. This is not what we're supposed to do.
Mm-hmm.
This is not what God wants for us. This is not the way it's supposed to be. And I don't even remember what he said.
And where was that? Was that at the church?
Yeah, I was in the kitchen.
And how long ago was it?
It was August of last year, actually.
August of last year?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because he keeps kind of throwing it up in my face.
Okay. So that's about the time he bought this track phone. So how did he end up giving it back to you, and y'all continue to communicate?
Because he just kind of slid in there again and kind of made me feel bad, I guess.
Okay. So this, as you're describing it to me, this is pretty involved with David.
Yeah, it was.
Okay.
More than I wanted it to be.
David wrote in his letter here, let's see, there's a line in here. I'm not in control of things yet, but when we are fully together, our birthdays will be exciting, blah, blah. What's that mean? I'm not in control yet, but when we are fully together,
I don't know.
what do you think it means when you read that?
Maybe
I'm not
he
in
had
control
something in his-
yet.
Maybe he had something in mind.
Did he ever talk to you about anything he had in mind?
No. I always always told him, if God wants us to be together, then he will put us together. I always told him that. And I always told him, I said, I love Randy. And I hate doing this. I hated it.
Did Randy ever suspect?
Maybe after the second year, maybe.
Okay.
But he really never came out and said it or anything.
Since we're being truthful,
Mhm.
all right, and there's no secrets about this, okay, it's already out. Was there ever a time when you became pregnant with David's child? Because I think you did.
Yeah.
That was a long time ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was about 6 years ago, actually.
What happened to the baby?
I miscarried.
Okay. Did anybody know about that except you and David?
About me being pregnant? Oh, no, Randy knew about it.
Okay.
He knew about it.
Okay. You gotta clear this up, because as far as I know, I don't know if it's true or not, okay. Had Randy had a vasectomy at some point? Was this before you got pregnant? Okay. How did that go over? Or how was that explained?
Because we went to the doctors, and the doctors told us that it happens a lot.
Okay.
So
You just figured it was a malfunction, for
Yeah.
more lack of a better
and
word,
we had a couple of clients who had happened to them.
Okay.
So
How did David take it? I guess he knew. What did he, or did he know?
oh yeah, he knew.
How did he take that news?
Well, he was kind of shocked. He didn't see how it happened, but I don't see how it happened either. But
Okay.
and in that situation, all I can say is that God spared me that day.
You mean the miscarriage?
When she cried over Randy's affair in the previous episode, it was all about sympathy. She milked Randy's affair for pity and played the betrayed wife. But all the while, she was hiding something far bigger. And trust me, what you've heard so far is barely half of it. A narcissist thrives on control, attention, and a constant need to protect their self-image. They gaslight, play the victim, and rewrite reality when it suits them. Teresa checks every box.
What do you know that you're not telling me up to this point about this whole situation? What are you holding back? Even if it may, you think it may get you in some trouble, you gotta tell me. It's better coming from you than from somebody else. Because if it comes from somebody else after we've talked to you, I mean, you're gonna, like I said, you're gonna get drawn into something that's gonna snowball, and it's gonna get huge, and it's gonna be expensive, and it's gonna get ugly, and nobody's gonna wanna help you. And I'm talking about people within the criminal justice system. They're not gonna wanna help you at all. Because they're gonna say, you know, Detective Rosewarne, you talked to her at least 2, maybe 3 times. You spent hours with her, and you gave her ample opportunity to tell the truth about everything. And even if she did something that was wrong, she just sat there and thought she was gonna try to get away with it. And at that point, they just go ahead and start filling out paperwork, legal paperwork, and they don't care anymore. But if if somebody like you, somebody that really up until David Love did his magic with you, up until that you've lived a good life. You've lived a good life, and you got 2 great kids, and you got a great family, and you've never hardly done anything wrong in your life. That's the kind of person that they want. They want to come and rescue. It's the kind of person that they want to help. It's the kind of person that they want to say, you know what, she did do this wrong, but I think that we can probably show her a lot of consideration because of the kind of person that she is, and the person that actually killed your husband. They don't give a damn about him. He deserves no consideration, none. But they will lump you in with the person who pulled the trigger if you don't tell me everything. They will absolutely lump you in there. And you know that. And you know that if you don't do the right thing, you know that you're never going to get back with your God. And that is so important to you. And you know that God can forgive anything, but you've got to feel some pain. You got to feel a little pain before you can feel good. And you know the Lord, he felt a lot of pain. But look at the good that brought.
The detective is using every possible way to get her to speak the truth. Lies only survive if you give them air. And right now, Teresa is suffocating. She will at least start revealing some information.
I would not tell you something that wasn't true, Teresa. I'm not that kind of person.
I know, and I trust you.
And I don't judge anybody either. In that very same chair that you're sitting in right now, just a month ago, I talked to a guy that killed a baby. He killed a baby. And you know what? He's in a lot of trouble, but you know what? I didn't judge him. I'm even still communicating with him. I'm still talking to him. I'm trying to help him. Because I'm not the kind of person that judges. So I know that people get twisted around and they get wrapped up, and people like David and other people, they get in their heads and they make them do things that they would normally never, ever think of doing. Because it's not them.
He tried to contact me on that phone.
Mm-hmm.
I never would answer. He left a message, and I checked it
When?
that day.
Okay. Tell me.
I honestly don't remember what he said.
You gotta remember.
I didn't even listen to all of it. I didn't want to hear it, so I heard his voice and I erased it. I honestly don't.
You heard David's voice?
Mm-hmm. He left me a voicemail. Oh God, I don't even know what he said.
You know how important this is.
I know.
You gotta
I
remember.
know.
That was a big day. That's a day you'll never forget for the rest of your life. So you can.
I know that.
Was this when you were driving from home?
No.
When?
I think he left it when I was still at the office, because I pulled the phone out
Mm-hmm.
and I had a message,
Mm-hmm.
and I believe I checked it before I went to the bank, and I did go to the bank.
I'm just telling you, we would keep checking, okay? If you got the receipt, keep it, okay? All right. So, what are you doing with the phone that day? That was the day that your husband died, right?
I have it. I mean, I had it.
Okay. Where's the phone now?
I don't have it anymore.
What did you do with it?
I threw it away.
Where?
I don't know. I don't know. Let me think. Hold on. I tore it apart
Okay.
because I didn't want any more communication with him. He tried to call me several times. He tried to call me on my cell phone, and I wouldn't answer it. I knew it was him. I didn't want to talk to him. I didn't want to talk to him at all.
What are you doing with the cell phone that day?
I didn't want to communicate with him. What am I doing with
I
it?
mean, why did you even have it?
Well, I just had it. I mean, he gave it to me.
Okay.
I mean, that's how he communicated with me. But I don't even know if I don't even know if I even used it after that day he came in my office to talk to Randy and I. I was so mad at him.
But this made a phone call later in the afternoon. I mean, like, late.
It did?
Excuse me.
I'd like to know when.
This is the wrong. We've got a bunch of more phone records. This is the wrong one. It's not what I need. As I recall, the last time that anybody used this phone, like I said, it was after we know that Randy, was killed. It was after. It was, as I recall, it was like, I want to say it was 4 or 5 or something like that. That's when the last time this thing was used.
I got rid of that phone.
Think about it. If Teresa truly isn't involved, then every detail here is just coincidence stacked on coincidence. But in real life, coincidences don't pile up this neatly.
Getting away from the phones for a second. You called your parents, right, after you found it, Randy?
Yes.
And what did you tell them?
I just told him that something had happened to Randy and I needed them to come to the office right away.
Are you sure that's what you told them? See, what you told them, because I got it from your mom and I got it from Randa, what you told them is that Randy had been shot.
Yeah, that's what I told him.
All right. That doesn't square with what you've told us up to this point, and it doesn't square with what you told the 911 operator. That's a problem. That is a problem. You told your parents specifically that Randy had been shot. You knew that he'd been shot because you told your parents that he'd been shot. You told the 911 operator you think he might have fallen. You never told him that he'd been shot. You kept that to yourself. When you talked to the ambulance dispatcher, the person who needs to know what's going on there medically, you never told him that he'd been shot. You've been talked to 3 times now, and you never said that. You knew that he'd been shot, but you didn't tell anybody. Somebody told you that he was shot. Somebody told you that he was shot because you knew he'd been shot. And you didn't want us to know that. That goes right in with these phones, and these phones getting destroyed after the body's found. You know more than you're telling me. That is how they're going to hang you, Teresa. Those kinds of statements. And I told you that I got reports up to here that's full of that kind of stuff. Who told you that he'd been shot? How did you know he'd been shot? And why didn't you tell us? You're not being truthful with me, Teresa.
I didn't
You're
know.
not being truthful.
Okay, he sent me a text and told me.
Who did? Say it. Brother Love.
He sent me a text and told me not to go to the office.
Did you notice how she deflected a direct question? This is interrogation gold. The detective corners her with a direct question and she runs the other way, hiding behind irrelevant details about David.
Why?
I don't know why.
When did he send you that text?
When I was on my way to the office.
From your house? Or when? Before you got to the bank or after?
No, when I was on my way back to the office, after I dropped Miranda off at the house. He sent me a text and told me, he said, seriously urgent, do not go back to the office by yourself. That's what he told me. And I ignored it.
What did you think he meant by that? When you read that, what did you think that meant?
I don't know.
You didn't call him?
No, I didn't want to talk to him.
But you get a text
I was
like
mad
that.
at him.
I understand. I understand you're mad at him. But you know, if I'm driving here to the police station to work and I get a text message from my wife who says, do not go there. Urgent. Don't go there.
What I thought
I am
was,
going to call her and say, what in the heck is this about?
I just thought maybe he was there with Randy arguing with him and he didn't want me to walk in on him. That's the first thing I thought of.
Okay.
I wasn't expecting.
So you thought there might be a little confrontation
Yes.
going on?
Yes. When I got there,
Teresa,
no.
why would you not tell us that? Why would you not tell us something that important? You're protecting.
Because I'm
You're
scared.
protecting this man. Or you're protecting yourself also. You're scared. But you're also trying to protect. And you're protecting him and you may be protecting yourself. When did you first know that something could be up? Something just wasn't right. What text message, what phone call, what letter, what anything, what has ever been said to you prior to the 31st that something might be up, that somebody might do something extremely stupid, even if they just intended to go scare Randy?
The only thing that I know is I text David from that phone on my way to the chiropractor's office.
Mm-hmm.
I told him, I said, you have messed up my life.
Mm-hmm.
Leave me alone. And then he started calling me like crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't answer the phone. I didn't want to talk to him. I didn't want to talk to him at all.
Mm-hmm.
And he called and left a message. And I checked it. He texted me and said, I'm thinking, what did he say? Oh my God, what did he say? I know he sent me a text before he sent me that other one. Oh my gosh. He sent me that text about, it was around 3-something. The first one he sent me was around 3-something.
Mm-hmm.
The second one he sent me was the one that said, seriously urgent, do not go to the office by yourself. That was the last one he sent me.
What time was that? Was it before or after the last text you got from Randy? You got
Oh,
that
it was,
3:08? So this was closer to 5.
yes.
Okay. Thank Teresa. Think about that text. It might be one of the most important things that
Oh my gosh. Seriously, I think the only thing on that text was that he was going to the hospital to see another one of our oh gosh, members
Okay.
that was in the hospital.
Okay.
That's what he told me.
That was a text
That was a text.
on to this phone
Yes.
from that phone,
Yes.
217,
Mhm.
that he was going to go to the hospital.
Mhm.
And do you know about what time that was? I know it's been a long time. And then it was about what time when you got the other one? And the other one said
I got the other one right before I got to the office.
right before you got there.
Mhm. I was actually passing Sonic on the Nolan Road when I read it,
Okay.
and it was all in caps.
She toggles between crying and composure, like flipping a light switch. And with every shift, her story changes too.
In the last 20 days, you never got on the phone
No, I
to
haven't.
Brother Love and said, "Did you kill my husband? Why did you send me that text message?" You never discussed or tried to get a hold of him.
No, because every time he was at my house, there were so many people around.
I understand that. But there were times when you could get to a phone and talk in private.
I didn't want to talk to him.
You didn't want to
Because-
find out who killed your husband?
I was afraid of what he would say. I don't know if he
Well,
would.
I would like to hear what he... If somebody killed my
Do
wife
you-
and I suspect it, and they tell me, you know what I'm going to do?
You think he's going to
That's
tell me?
great. That's great, because now I'm going to the police.
You think he's going to tell me?
Well, he has to explain the message. He has to explain. He has to explain why did you sent me that message not to go to my office. Why? You had to know that my husband was going to be there with his head blown off. You had to know that, or you wouldn't have sent me a message like that.
I didn't think about it that way. I thought maybe they were just arguing. I never thought to find anything like that.
Who would Brother Love conspire with to do something like this?
I have no idea. That is the honest truth. I have no idea. I've always thought of him as an honest man. I don't know. I have no idea.
Well, you know he's not an honest man because he's had an affair with one of his congregation members for almost 10 years. And he comes into your office and stirs up all kinds of crap between you and your husband.
I know.
Okay? And we haven't even discussed some of the stuff that's probably happened within the last 10 years. I'm sure you could write a book of all the ups and downs you've had with him over the last 10 years and all the trash that we don't even want to get into because we don't need to. But you know he's not a good man or an honest man. And then you get this text message from him 5 minutes before you find your husband murdered, and you don't come to the police and tell us. Teresa.
I'm sorry.
But Teresa, it all goes back to look like a conspiracy that you and him are working together.
No. Never.
Everything points to that.
No. I told him to leave me alone. He wouldn't stop texting me or calling me.
I think they, as a matter of fact, as we sit here, I think they're out picking him up. And Shelton too. Okay? What are they gonna say? What are they gonna say when they come in here? I think Brother Love is gonna break down like a cheap shotgun. I think he is gonna spill his guts in about record time. I would bet 30 minutes. And he will tell us everything he knows. Because this guy, you know, he's never been in a police headquarters and he's never been interrogated, but that's what he's gonna get. And I'm telling you, Teresa, if he tells us stuff that you're not telling me, then it is not gonna be good. It is not gonna be good.
I'm telling you.
If you had knowledge,
I did
about
not.
what was gonna happen before it happened, you got to tell me now.
I did not know anything. He never said anything to me about any of this stuff. Nothing. Until that day I got that text message.
But you never asked him about it after it was over.
No. Because I was scared of what he might tell me. And I don't know why.
Did you want to continue to be with him?
No, I did not.
Did you not want to rock the boat? Let bygones kind of be bygone? I know that sounds
I wanted him.
flippant, and I'm not trying to be flippant
I
here,
wanted
but
him out of my life. I mean, you know, I wanted to break it off.
She tries to soften the story with, "I wanted to end it," but we already know that's not reality. At this point, that line is less confession and more cover-up.
He would just tell me that he could take care of it.
could take care of what?
Could take care of him and I being together.
When was the last time you had a conversation like that? I mean, estimated, ballpark range.
A couple months ago.
Couple months? How often would he talk like this?
And I would tell him, it is not in your hands. It's in God's hands. If he wants us together, he'll put us together.
And you said that earlier.
And I said that several times to him. I told him. And he, of anybody, he should know that.
Of course he should. Of course he should.
And he knew I didn't like it when he said it either. I kept telling him, it's not in your hands, it's in God's hands.
What were his exact words? Exact words that you remember.
Boy, he just...
Now, don't try not to paraphrase. Try to tell me what came out of his mouth. If you can. Let me ask you a little easier question. How would a conversation like that even begin? I mean, put it in context for me. How would something like that even come up, or even how would that even start to happen for him to even make a comment like that?
Well, I never really talked much. He, he would just start the conversation and just say that, we would do good together in the Lord's work, and he said, God sees what Randy's doing to you, and he sees what Ken's doing to me, and he kept throwing Bible verses up at me, and what other Bible characters did in the Bible, and how they murdered and God still blessed them and stuff like that. And
this is exactly the kind of slip that detectives wait for in every interrogation.
I was like, and I kept telling him, I'm like, that was then. This is now. God is the one that's in control, not us. We have no control over that.
Did he use the word murder?
No.
What did he say? I mean,
He never said anything. He just when we would have the conversation, he would just say that he could take care of it.
And what did that mean to you?
He would take care of it if I wanted him to, and I said, leave it alone.
Okay.
God will take care of it.
And what do you think he meant by that when he said, I can take care of it? Be honest with me. What do you think he meant?
I don't know.
Did you ask him, what do you mean by that?
Well, yeah.
Yeah, what did he say?
Well, he kept referring to, oh gosh.
What did he say, Teresa?
He just kept referring to Randy's guns.
I want to hear about that.
I mean, that's all he told me. Now, as far as Randy showing him his guns, I don't know about that.
Well, try to make me understand, because I wasn't there. Keep in mind, I wasn't there, so I'm trying to piece this together in my mind, but you're kind of being a little spotty here. You say he was referring to Randy's guns, but I need to know specifically, what did he say about Randy's guns? How did he say it, and what did he say?
That's all he said. He just said...
Well, I mean, he didn't say, I'm referring to Randy's guns. I mean, he said something within a different context. What did he say? Exactly what did he say?
He just said, well, you know, Randy has showed me his guns in his gun case. I was like, okay. Sorry.
And he said what?
Well, that's all he would say. I mean, that's all he would say. He would just say that Randy showed me his guns in his gun case. That's all he would say.
But is this during the same conversation when he's talking about, I can take care of this and we can, you know, obviously, what he's trying to say is that you guys can be together somehow. Was this within the same conversation?
No, it was in several different conversations.
Okay. How many conversations would you say in the last couple of months, or if you have to go back further, that's fine, but within the last couple of months, how many times have this type of conversation come up between you and David Love, the way you're talking about Randy and taking care of things and maybe you guys being together and guns? I mean, how many different times did this come up that you can remember?
I honestly don't know. I know it came up more within the last couple of months. His timing.
Did David imply to you that he was willing to hurt Randy so that you two could be together? Or even kill him? Did he imply that message to you?
Yes, he did.
Right. And did you tell him that's a no-go?
Yes, I did.
Or did you tell him that's an option?
Oh, no.
Did you ever imply to him or lead him to believe that that would be an acceptable option?
No, I told him, I said, because he even implied it about his own wife.
Tell me about that.
Well, he even said that he would take care of her too.
All right. Let me ask you this. We know that Randy was killed with his own Glock. We went out to your house, or your parents' house, and got shell casings, okay? From when he used to target shoot.
Okay.
And we already told you, they told you that night that they found a shell casing at the scene. That was, well, the ballistics, that was all that was checked out. They were same weapon fired those shell casings. All right?
Okay.
I want to know how anybody could get into that office, get that Glock, and shoot your husband. Because we're talking about the former war guy, the Marine, the guy who knows karate, the guy who is on his game, the guy who is always looking around for you. How would anybody get that gun away from him?
I don't know. I have no idea. I keep asking myself that all the time.
Well,
I don't understand it.
we know that whoever went in there, one, knew the gun was in there and how to find it,
And I didn't even know he had it in the office.
or two, somebody gave the gun to them and they walked in there with his gun.
But if...
And that makes more sense. Because Randy's not gonna let just anybody go into his office and go through dresser drawers,
No.
right? I've been in the office. Nobody's gonna go in there and even walk around his office to the back of his desk, because that would be, other than someone like you or Miranda or Michael, that would be probably very unusual for any customers or even church people to walk back there. There would be no reason for him to go back in his space.
No, he
Right?
didn't even like me going back there.
Exactly. So when the person came in, my investigators, and I trust them, I trust what they're telling me, he already had the gun.
Who had the gun?
The man who killed your husband had the gun already. There's no way he could have got that gun away from your husband. The gun was passed off to him, is what I'm trying to tell you. That is why I got 20 detectives out here that want your head on a platter. Who would have passed that gun off? Only you would have been able to do that.
No, I don't touch guns. I don't like them.
But you were in his briefcase. No, don't. I know you don't like guns, okay? I know you don't like guns.
It wasn't in his
but that
briefcase.
doesn't really matter, all right?
That's the only time I opened his briefcase, was to find that Avon book. Other than that, I never touched his briefcase. I never touched it. I never touched his briefcase, ever, unless he asked me to go get something out of it for him.
And you asked, but you did get in his briefcase to look for the Avon catalog.
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Yes, I did.
Did you take the gun out of there and pass it off to somebody when you left
The
the
gun was
office?
not in his briefcase. The gun was not in his briefcase because I laid it flat on the floor. I opened it up all the way. There was nothing in there. He always had it. When I saw him carry it, and this was last year,
Okay.
with the last time I saw him carrying it in his briefcase.
The Glock.
The Glock. He always put it at the side of his briefcase underneath all of his paperwork. But you could see it. It was big. It was plain as day. You could see it there. It was not there.
She struggles to piece together simple sentences. Yet when it comes to protecting herself, the recall is instant. This selective memory is going to be her downfall.
Now, I think you've done pretty good here. I really do. You've told me things here that I didn't expect that you would tell me, but you did. And I'm proud of you, Teresa. I'm proud of you that you have come forward and you've told us what you have.
But you don't
Okay.
believe me.
No, I believe the things that you've told me. I believe that text message. I believe everything you've told me about David. I believe that you have had this decade-old long affair with this guy. I believe all that stuff. I want to know that when you walked in there, you really didn't know that your husband was going to be injured or killed.
I didn't. I was just expecting them to be talking or arguing or something. I wasn't expecting anything like that. Not at all.
But you're helping David by not, for the last 20 days you've been helping David by not coming forward. You know, a woman who's lost her husband like that should be burning up my telephone. You should have been burning up my telephone. Do you realize that in the 3 times that you've been talked to now, well, the time that I talked to you last week and today, and I've talked to you on the phone a couple of times, right? Not one time have you said, do you know who the bastard is who killed my husband? Do you know what are you guys doing to find the killer of my husband? I want to know what you people are doing. That's what I get from family relatives on all of our other homicides. That's what I get.
But I haven't
Not
been taught
once.
that way.
Well, I'm not saying you have to curse, but what I'm saying is you have never even asked me, Detective Rosewarren, please tell me you got some news for me. Tell me you got some leads. Tell me you think you know what happened.
Because I'm
But you
the type of
haven't.
person who doesn't want to bother people. I don't.
Your husband of 20 years
I
has been
know.
killed.
I know that.
And you're not even asking me how the investigation's going.
Are you kidding
It
me?
makes
I
me
talk
think
about
that you
it
don't
all
want
the
to.
time.
It makes me think that you don't want to know if we're making progress
I
because
talk
you're
about
afraid
it all
we're
the
going to
time.
find something out. You're afraid we're going to find something out. You should have been burning up my phone about that, if nothing else. I understand why you're afraid, why you're embarrassed about the affair. I understand that. That's normal that you wouldn't want to talk to me about that, okay? But that text message that you got, don't go to the office, urgent, don't go there.
Well, it wasn't on that phone, but.
What happened to that old phone? The one that you had that night?
What, that one?
No, well, when you were
This
here,
is my phone.
we were taking pictures.
This one.
Was that one?
Yes.
Okay.
It's the same phone.
Well, you just said that's not my phone.
Well, I was talking about text messages like you said I got.
But you didn't even bother to tell us that.
She doesn't argue outright, but watch how she pushes back. She claims she's not confrontational and doesn't know how to stand up or argue, but she had no issue sneaking into an affair, and now she's preparing to throw her partner under the bus.
You know I want to say something else, don't you?
Yes. I know you do, Teresa, and I'm begging you to let me try to help you.
I just want you to know one thing.
Mm-hmm.
I never expected this to ever happen.
I know you didn't. But what did you expect to happen?
I expected him to leave me alone. I'm making myself so sick. I'm sorry.
Are you okay? All right. What do you need to tell me? What do you need to tell me?
God help me, please.
No, you need to pray. You need to pray.
Please, God help me, please.
You know what God wants you to do. We both know what God wants. We both know. And we both know that it has to be done.
He told me that Wednesday night.
At night?
He told me that Wednesday evening at the crime scene
Okay.
that if you guys ask about the gun,
Mm-hmm.
that Randy sold it 3 months ago. I just have a feeling that he took it. I don't know how, I don't know where.
So you think that gun's been gone for 3 months? But Randy's never talked to you about that? Okay.
He told me that.
At the crime scene. If the police ask about Randy's gun, you're to tell them that he sold it 3 months ago. Do you think he sold it to Randy? Do you think he sold it to David?
I don't know. I honestly don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay. Listen to me. Okay?
He also told me, and I should have called you. You know what he kept telling me? He kept telling me everything was going to be fine.
Mm-hmm.
Everything was going to be fine.
Mm-hmm.
He took my baby away from me.
How do you know it was him? Did you know it was him before you came into this room? Hmm? Is that a yes? And how did you know?
cannot believe he did this.
How did you know that it was him before you ever came up here tonight?
You know I haven't been sleeping.
Yeah, I know you haven't. This is tearing you up. It's tearing Miranda.
And
It's
I'm
tearing
trying to
everybody.
protect a godly man. Supposed to be a godly man. He told me in my room that next day.
Mm-hmm. Courage, Teresa. Courage. Come here. What did he say? Teresa, what did he say?
He says, you know, if you tell them that I'm going to go to jail for murder.
If you tell them what? Teresa, if you tell them I'm going to go to jail for murder, but tell them what?
He didn't specifically say.
What was he at? I mean, he must...
I don't know. He
Did
just
you
said
tell
if
them
you
what?
tell them. He said if you tell them that I did it, I will go to jail for murder.
Or if you tell them I did it.
He told me that.
Then why didn't you tell us? Why didn't you tell us about that information?
I guess I was just angry at him, and I just thought maybe God would just take him away and punish him.
Why did he go to Colorado?
I don't know.
Was that scheduled?
I didn't know they were going out of town.
What about Shelton?
I didn't know he was leaving either. I was
I don't know
gone.
if it was scheduled for him to leave.
Well, he had told me a couple of months ago that he was going to take his wife away for her birthday.
Mm-hmm.
And he told me that Shelton was going with them. But he wound up going to South Carolina instead.
Did he tell you when he went in there? Did he tell you what happened?
Yes.
What did he say? And if this is probably, of all the things we've talked about, this is probably the most important. What did he say happened?
You want to know what I told him?
Yeah.
I told him, I said, this is not the way God wanted it to be.
When is this conversation? The day after? In your room? Okay.
I was so mad at him.
And you told him that.
I wanted
It's not what, yes, if God, because you told him already. If God wanted us together, we would be together. Okay? And then what did you tell him?
I told him, I said, I think I literally told him I hated him.
Mm-hmm.
I told him not to touch me. And he kept telling me it was going to be fine. He kept telling me everything was going to be fine.
Okay. And then what else was said?
He told me he didn't even see it coming.
This is Teresa's breaking point, or at least it looks like one. But interrogations are tricky. Sometimes the first confession is another version of the lie.
He said that to you?
Yes, he did.
Did he say how it happened? He just said he didn't see it coming. Did he say that he did it?
He didn't come out and say that he did it.
Okay.
He just said, oh my God.
Teresa? we're just gonna finish this. I'm gonna get you some water or something, okay? But we need to finish this little part up, okay? What else was said in that room?
That was it.
When he says he never saw it coming, what did you say?
I looked at him and I was like, what? What are you talking about? And then that's when he told me that, he said he walked in the office and he just aimed and didn't even look.
He said he did that?
That's what he told me.
So he said he pulled the trigger?
That's what he told me. He said he just aimed and didn't even look. He just did it. And I walked out of the room and I never talked to him anymore after that. I am not going to protect him anymore.
Did he say how he got over there?
No.
Did he say what time it happened?
No, he didn't tell me any of that stuff. He didn't tell me anything. All he told me was that. Oh my God.
Do you believe him?
Do I believe him?
Do you believe him?
Yes.
Do you know where he was between, say, noon and 3 or 4? Do you know what his schedule was or anything, where he was at?
Somebody told me he was at a hospital, but I don't know what time. I don't know where. I don't know anything. He told me he even told me he had gloves on.
Okay. Now, as we talk, you keep remembering little things, so I don't want you to forget anything.
I'm just tired of protecting him.
But tell me, let's not, like I said, you just told me about the gloves, so I'm just learning about the gloves. What else do I need to know? Because we're not going to protect him. But by gosh, if he did this, by gosh, you know where he needs to be, right? Okay. But we got to have good, accurate, detailed information. That's why you got to dig in that head of yours.
He told me the gun was 20 miles away.
Did he say where he dumped it? What about the phones? Now we know you got rid of one phone, right?
He said he ran over his, but I don't know.
Is the reason that you tore up the phone is because of what he said in the parking lot about the gun? You were scared that the phone might implicate you guys? Okay. So he says that in the parking lot, and then by that time your bells or your wheels are turning, right? Because he's telling you, if they ask about the gun, he sold it. You tell him he sold it 3 months ago.
And it is awful. I'm so scared and I'm so upset that my tears won't even come out of my eyes.
It is okay. It is okay. Because, all right.
When Teresa blurts out, "Tears won't even come out of my eyes," it's a bizarre admission. But the strange part is, that moment of self-awareness would mean nothing. For another 30 minutes, all she would offer is, "I don't know."
Come on in, John. Hi. This is John Howell. He's been working with me on a lot of this, okay? I guess they've got David.
Here's the deal, Teresa.
They got David.
Here's the deal. Detective Rose Warren has done, he's been 100% honest with you. David's in custody and he's talking, okay? Mm-hmm. Right now is your chance, and you probably have about 10 minutes to tell us everything that's going on with this. Because a lot of the things you're saying doesn't make sense, okay?
About,
You've been on, listen for
I
a
need to
second.
know about what?
Okay, you've been honest, but he's had to drag it out of you, okay? And
I'm scared.
and we understand that, okay? But the fact is, David's in custody and he's talking. And it's like Detective Rosewarren said to you, is the first person that comes in and is being 100% truthful is the one that's the winner.
Right.
Okay?
Yes.
When did David get the gun? That's the most important thing right now.
I don't know. All he told me is that he had a way to get it. That's all he told me.
When did he tell you this?
It's been a while.
Okay.
It's been several months.
And what exactly was the conversation?
He just told me that I'm trying to think.
Teresa, he doesn't, our bosses are out there and they're not very nice, okay?
I understand.
And when you sit here and you're saying, I have to think about this, I have to think, you know what the conversation is, and I
Well,
understand you're scared,
okay? All he told me was, all he said was, I have a way to get the gun. I have a way to get the gun. I can make it happen.
okay?
That's
And did
all.
you say, how do you have a way?
I said, no. I just kept telling him that all the time. Just leave it alone. Let God take care of it. If he wants us to be together, we will be together.
Many important things happened in the last clip. A new detective stepped in. The other one left the room to let the new cop test the waters. Teresa's slapped with a deadline, and she's reminded that their bosses are watching. It's classic pressure cooking.
Do you think that, given the opportunity to talk to David, do you think that he would openly talk to you about this murder?
I don't know.
Because you haven't talked to him basically since after the funeral and stuff, right?
No, I mean, I talked to him last night on the phone a little bit, but I was kind of rude to him because I didn't want to talk to him. I was very angry because he had hurt another friend of mine in the church, and I was very angry.
Okay.
So I really didn't want to talk to him.
If, for example, say he gets questioned tonight and then he, let's just say that we let him go home, and say you called him like tomorrow or something, or even later tonight, I don't know. If you were to call him, I don't know if you could, do you think you could get him to talk about this on a recorded phone line?
Sure. If
Do
you want me to.
Do you think he would open up? He doesn't know you're here, does he?
No, I didn't call him. I haven't talked to him
Would
today.
he have any knowledge that you've been at the police station since 6 o'clock?
Not that I know of. My parents haven't called him.
How do you know?
Well, because I've been home with them the whole time.
No, what I'm saying is, but you've been in this room for a long time.
Yeah.
How do you know that I guess you'd have
Oh,
to ask them.
I
but
don't know.
You don't know?
I
Do you
haven't-
think they might call him and say,
I don't know.
Okay.
Because they know that I'm upset with him.
Mm-hmm.
So I really don't know if they would call
They
him.
would call him.
No, I really don't know.
So let me ask another thing that's been kind of stirring, is the day after Randy's murder, you said that David Love was in your bedroom and tells you what happened.
Mhm.
Was there anybody else standing there when this was said?
No.
Okay,
He made sure that there was no one around.
okay.
He didn't shut the door, but he just made sure that no one was in there.
Okay.
Because my son kept coming in, and
Was
I
this,
wanted him to stay, but he wouldn't let him stay.
were the detectives in the house at the time he said this?
No.
Was this
No.
before or after?
Was it even the same day?
No, I don't think so. This was, I don't even remember what time it was. I think it was maybe 10:30 or 11 when he was at the house.
Okay, the next day.
Yeah. Yeah, he would.
Why did he feel comfortable enough to tell you what he had done?
I don't know.
That's a big admission.
Because I think about how I would react.
Because I told him when I saw him that next day, I told him, I asked him, I said, well, I asked him, I said, why did you do this? And he said, I was trying to protect you. I said, protect me from what? And he said, from Randy. And then I just walked away. I got mad.
And then how did you get back together where he tells you these details?
Well, I went into my bedroom with my son, and then he comes in and says, hey, I need to talk to your mom for a minute. Would you please excuse us? So Michael left, and I was sitting on the bench, and he knew I was mad. And I didn't say anything. He just started talking to me.
And he tells you all this?
Mm-hmm.
Because I think...
I didn't respond to him at all.
You know, you look at what our normal reaction would be if this had happened to my wife and somebody tells me that. Instantly I'd be angry. Instantly I'd call the police and I'd tell them, this person just said this. What stopped you from doing that?
By now, she's been caught in lie after lie. Any reasonable person would cave, but Teresa clings to her story like a lifeline.
Because he told me, I told you this. I said, because he told me that if I said anything, that he would go to jail. That he would go to jail. He would be, put in prison or whatever.
Just where he needs to be, don't you agree?
Yes, totally.
But Teresa, that doesn't make sense to me. This man just admits to murdering your husband. And you're concerned about him going to prison. I don't understand it. And
I understand.
we're skeptical people.
I
okay?
understand.
He felt comfortable enough to tell you about this. And you know what my gut's telling me?
What?
Is that you knew beforehand this was going to happen.
I did not.
Okay? And what I'm saying is this. You didn't pull the trigger. Maybe
I didn't know anything like this was going to happen.
Maybe you were taking him saying this not seriously, but my gut tells me something caused you to leave the office, to stay gone, and then you're getting these phone calls, you're getting these text messages, you're getting these voicemails. It doesn't make sense.
I was gone for reasons. I had things to do. If I didn't have my appointments, I would have left the office till 3 o'clock.
Okay.
I had no reason to leave early except for my appointments, and that's what I did.
Sure. And we're just trying to help you because
I know.
if he says otherwise, how is that going to look to us?
The only thing that I can figure is that he was watching me out of somewhere across the street or something, and he knew when I left. Other than that, I have no idea. I have no clue because I never talked to him, never told him my schedule, nothing. Randy didn't talk to him, and sometimes Randy would talk to him and tell him my schedule and stuff like that, and people don't need to know my schedule. Randy and I are the only ones that need to know my schedule. Sometimes Randy would just talk way too much, and he would tell personal things about us that people didn't need to know. But he didn't talk to him that day. I didn't talk to him that day. I didn't tell him nothing about my schedule. No one knew our schedule that day except for me and Randy.
But your actions, Teresa, and let's just look at this. It's itemized here. We got at the crime scene, the pastor told you to lie to the police. Okay. He told you what he had done sometime during.
Back up, because at the crime scene you get rid of the phone.
You get rid of the phone. He tells you, basically admits to you what he did during the time of, I guess, before the funeral or what have you. These are all actions of somebody who's trying to protect their own rear end. because, and like again, what we're saying is, this is not somebody who wants to help find a killer. This is somebody who says, oh crap, I can't believe you did that, and you've got me involved in it, and I should have went to the police from the very beginning, but now we have to circle the wagons and hope this just goes away. If we just, your actions speak louder than words today. Your actions tell us this is somebody who was afraid you're going to get in trouble. All right? Not, because you would gladly throw him under the bus. He's murdered your husband. All right? And when he tells you that as a grieving wife, you would be more than happy to throw him under the bus. But because you don't throw him under the bus, and because you attempt to protect him, it tells us that you're trying to protect yourself as well. You're trying to. There's two people trying to protect themselves, David and yourself.
I don't have any.
Teresa, we've worked other cases.
I know that.
Similar to this, where somebody made an admission to the victim's spouse, and you know what they did? They immediately came to the police station. They were blowing up Detective Rosewarren's phone and saying, this person just told me this. Because they were disgusted.
I know, and I should have come to you sooner.
And you didn't do that. And then you come in here today and you're dishonest about your actions. Detective Rosewarren has to pull it out of you.
Do you not understand that I am scared?
Scared of what?
Everybody's scared.
I'm scared. I don't know what he's capable of anymore.
He's not going to hurt you. He's not going to hurt you.
I told you, he always told me. He told me.
Are you scared because you're scared of him, or are you scared of the law? Are you scared what the law might do to you if you tell us the whole truth?
I have told you everything. I have told you everything.
Teresa,
Oh.
Teresa, we're trying to lay this out gently, and I'm going to be very blunt with you. Your actions are not that of a victim spouse. Your actions, and help us understand this, your actions are screaming, I'm covering up what this pastor's done. I've covered up everything we've been involved in. I've covered up these phones. You know, first you're not honest about when you had the track phone, and then you realized, guess what? They knew I had the phone. And once you realize we have the evidence, you're like, I'll go ahead and be honest about this. Everything has had to be pulled out of you. Okay? I know there's more to this. Detective Rosewarren knows that there's more to this. If you want us to help you, you've got to tell us now. We cannot sit here and do this all night.
But I told you how I feel. I told you that, I don't know why, but I just like you as a person, and I'm being completely honest with you. I don't want to see somebody else get treated better than you because they just happen.
Teresa, he's held us all back. There's 20, 25 people that have been working on this nonstop. And he's the one that's going to bat for you when we're sitting in the meetings with the prosecutor, when we're sitting in the meetings with all the other investigators. This man's trying to help you. He is your only lifeline right now, but you've got to start being honest.
I am being honest with you.
Here, you'll notice the classic good cop, bad cop routine has already begun.
Given what you're telling us, this isn't making sense, and then suddenly you get up to about the 28th, and there's a lot of phone calls, okay?
Mm-hmm.
You're talking the 29th, the 30th, the 31st, he's blowing up the phones. There's a lot of phone calls.
Lots of.
You're checking the 739's voicemail all day long.
Well, yeah, when he leaves a message, I
Okay.
checked him, yes.
There's numerous phone messages that are left. There's text messages sent. There's a lot of phone activity.
Yeah, he was trying to get a hold of me, and I didn't want to talk to
And
him.
you're saying, I delete this, But on these servers, there's this great technology that we have of showing this is when it was opened,
Mhm.
this is when it was deleted.
Mhm.
And it's not making sense to me looking how when it's opened, it's obviously read, and then at some point later it's deleted. So you know what's being said, and that's what we need you to tell us. We know that you read the text
He's
messages.
being very vague about the information. Like he said, that particular day was what we're most interested in, but he's, like he said, he's blowing up your phone, and text messages are being sent, and voicemails are being left in voicemail boxes. But, you know, if you were to look at this whole interview since we've been sitting here, we've actually, as far as that part of it goes, the text messages and voicemails,
Mhm.
we've gotten very little information from you about that. Not a lot of information about the texting.
Tell us about the text
Okay.
messages and the phone calls.
Let me
Yes.
let me try to be as plain as I can. Well, can I go back to the 17th?
Sure.
Okay. That night before, his wife finds out about him and I.
How'd she find out?
She found the phone that he went to replace this one with.
She found
Which one?
217?
Yes.
217?
No. What's
What's
that other
that?
one? Well, one of these she found.
She found a track phone?
Yes. She found one of his track phones because,
We got two 217 numbers.
yeah.
8314 and 4363.
I said he was buying
This is the
he was
one.
buying track phones like crazy, and I couldn't keep track of them all.
Where do you buy them?
I have no idea.
Okay.
I cannot tell you that.
So the 17th, she finds a track phone.
Yeah, she buys a track phone, and so she actually, that's why she was at the office. She wanted to come and confront me about it.
And what did she say to you?
She didn't really say anything. She just come in and said, I'm coming in as a friend, not a pastor's wife.
Mm-hmm.
And then I told her, I said, because I was already upset at him, I got upset at her, and I said, you have no idea what it's like to be a pastor's wife. And she walked out.
Okay.
And that's the last I saw
Okay,
of her.
but this is where it doesn't make sense to me. The 17th, she finds this track phone.
Mhm.
That track
So
phone.
she still keeps it. She still has it.
Okay, but that track phone is calling this other track phone. She doesn't know that other track phone's you.
Yeah, I know.
So how did she put two and two together?
Well, because he told her. Because of the texts, where the texts were coming from. He left texts on the cell phone that she found. So, and he told her that it was because of some of the texts that I sent him
And what
about.
did those texts say?
One of them said, I am walking Lizzie, and I have a dog named Lizzie, and I'm the only one that has a dog named Lizzie. And I told her, and I said on there that I am wearing, what was I wearing? Oh, I was wearing a Tar Heel sweatshirt, and he likes the Tar Heels. Is that right? Yeah, yeah. So she automatically knew that it was me. And she confronted him about that. And that's how she knew.
Did he tell you that?
Yes.
Did he tell her the whole thing or just a little thing? Did he lie?
No, he told her the whole thing because...
That's been going on for 10 years?
Oh, no, not all that. Just the track phone thing. He just told her...
What was his excuse for you guys having track phones?
That he was counseling me through Randy's time of the internet stuff. Yeah.
And she bought it?
Well, no. No, because it was...
But she comes down there on the 17th to confront you,
Mm-hmm.
but she never gets it out.
No.
So how do you know that she was there to confront you?
Because they called me and left a message on this phone from the church at like 7 o'clock that morning or something, and said that she wanted to meet me at my office.
And she say about what?
He said that she knows everything about the phones and about you and I talking, and she wants to confront you about it. And that's what he said. He left the message because I heard him say in the background, he said, "Would you like to say something to her?"
What you're about to hear is yet another shocking, shocking story.
Why didn't she tell Randy what you two have been up to?
I have no idea. I don't know. I don't know if she.
Because Randy's, I mean, the preacher's sitting there diming you out about or Matt in your office. Now she's there and she knows that her husband's been seeing you, and she has a perfect opportunity, since everybody's blowing up anyway,
And
to
then
let that dog out of
Well, you know,
and then to make it even, to even confuse things more, you're saying that about 2 years after you and David started this relationship, Randy became suspicious. And
yeah.
so he's already suspicious of this, and now he's hearing about Matt Bruner, and he's not pissed. That doesn't make sense.
He told Pastor, he says, well, Teresa and I will continue this conversation after you leave.
Okay, so
And that's what we did.
they leave, and what's said?
With Randy and I,
Mm-hmm.
I told him what happened, and he asked me how come I didn't tell him about this, and I said because I'm scared and I know that you have a bad temper, and I was afraid of what you would do because I know Matt's a good friend of yours. So he was just real calm about it.
What was the allegation about Goodman? Is it Goodman?
Yeah.
What was that allegation about?
I don't know. I told Randy emailed Pastor and asked him if he would explain it to him, and he never emailed me back.
But what was the allegation that was made in the office about you and Gilman?
But he said that Brother Goodman kissed me.
When would that have happened? Because he lives in Kentucky, right?
Yeah.
When would that kiss supposedly happen?
Well, I mean, we were down there at Christmas time.
Okay.
But I don't know if Brother Goodman called him and said that he gave me a hug and a kiss on the cheek, but he always does that. Unless he felt guilty about that. I mean, I don't see why he would. But
So if investigators down in Kentucky go knock on that door and say, Brother Goodman, what's the deal with this kiss? Because they're gonna talk to him,
And he's going to know that this is a murder investigation and we're not playing games, so he's going to have to be honest, or he's subject to being prosecuted. He's going to be made aware of that. So
what's he gonna say?
is he going to say there was something more than that? Probably, because I don't think Pastor Love would be talking about this if it was just a kiss on the cheek.
yeah.
What happened with Brother Goodman?
Well, it's not like it was supposed to happen.
You know?
Sure.
We just got to know what we're dealing with here.
He just got friendly, and just one thing led to another.
In Kentucky?
This is at Christmas time?
Yeah.
Did you guys have sex?
No, we did not.
What took place?
He kissed me, and do I have to go in detail?
Well, was it like handsy stuff?
Yes, that's all it was.
So he's touching you?
Yes.
All right.
And I was touching him, and
Okay. And you were down there, oh, I guess it was a family trip down there?
Yeah.
Okay.
we went down there to take my son up.
And how do you think Love found out about this?
Because I told him.
You told him?
Yeah, because I felt guilty about it, and I hurt Randy, and I just...
Were you trying to get to David? Were you trying to make him mad or something?
No.
Were you trying to make him jealous?
No.
Was there something like that going on?
No,
Then why would you tell him? Because
because I...
you've been in this relationship with David for 10 years, and you're telling this guy that's madly in love with you, I made out with John Goodman in Kentucky over Christmas. We got handsy. We touched each other. How do you think he's going to respond to that?
He told me that it made him love me more.
Do you find that reaction weird?
Well, not really, because Randy still loved me no matter what I did. With, Matt, he still loved me no matter what. He told me, and he told me, Randy told me, he says, I'm going to keep you close to me. And I said, I wish you would. I wish you would keep me closer to you.
It's almost like you don't trust yourself when you're away from Randy.
Isn't that sad? No, it's not that. It's just that because I know how Randy was when we first got married. I still have no self-esteem. He didn't love me when we got married, and he didn't, he would never hold my hand in public. He was never affectionate to me.
Throughout the course of your marriage?
Yeah. Up until probably about 4 or 5 years ago was when we really started getting close again.
What was the turning point?
When I caught him emailing other women on the computer and found out that he was doing pornography and stuff. And I confronted him about it, and I had told Pastor about it, and I asked him if he could help me talk to Randy about it, and he did. I mean, he met with Randy every Wednesday.
When Teresa says she has no self-esteem, it almost sounds laughable. Narcissists often disguise their inflated sense of importance with fake humility, and that's exactly what appears to be happening here.
When is the last time, and I don't want to invade your privacy, but when is the last time that you were with Pastor Love sexually? A day, a week, 2 weeks?
Oh no, it's been well over a month or so.
Okay.
It's been, yeah,
So,
probably a month and a half.
So, just a week or so before St. Patty's Day.
That sounds about right.
Was it before
I
St.
guess.
Patty's Day? Before the blow-up?
Oh yeah, it was. Oh yeah, it really has been a while.
Where would
I
you
honestly
guys?
cannot tell you.
Where would you guys normally meet when you guys were going to be sexually involved?
Well, we never planned it.
Sure.
Yeah.
It just kind of happens. We're like,
And I'm not proud of this, guys.
no.
I'm not proud of this at all.
I know.
Well, we never planned it.
Sure.
Yeah.
Please understand that.
And please understand, we've heard it all too, okay? We've heard the most, so you're not gonna shock us,
No.
or, okay?
Because when we were deeply involved, I mean, of course I would call him when Randy would leave,
Mhm.
you know, and if I knew he was going to be gone for, you know, an hour, then he would come to the office if it was convenient for him, but yet his wife kept a lot of, I mean, it was hard for him too because she would call him a lot.
Keep tabs on it
Yeah,
pretty
mhm.
close.
Exactly.
So we're talking your office,
Yeah.
Farmers, your home,
Yes.
his home,
Twice. It was harder there.
in his office, at the church?
Yes.
Okay. So wherever, it just worked out the best.
Yeah. Isn't that awful?
Well, we're just trying to get, the reason we're asking is we're trying to figure out his state of mind leading up to the time when he bought this phone, okay? We gotta figure out what's going on in his head. And of course, sex and all this kind of plays into it, is what's going on in his head.
I understand.
So, you think about the last time that you guys actually had sex was about a week and a half before St. Patty's Day. Is that what you said?
You know, I honestly cannot remember.
Okay,
It's been a long time.
okay.
I would say pretty close to about a month and a half to 2 months.
Okay, so somewhere between the 1st of March and the first week of March and the second week of March, somewhere in that time frame. And we're not trying to put words in your mouth, we're trying to understand that we have it correct.
Oh my.
What are you thinking?
I'm trying to think here. When I'm trying to think of. It was right before Randy played basketball that one Tuesday night before him and Justin got into it. And this was a week before that happened. So it was probably around the 1st of March.
Okay.
End of February, 1st of March, something like that, because it was still pretty chilly outside.
She says she's ashamed of the affair. Yet here she is, laughing and even blushing as she talks about it. That's usually not the body language of a guilty person. Quick heads up, there's a full collection of true crime-inspired merch available now at strangerlabel.com. You'll find premium t-shirts, hoodies, hats, beanies, and more, each piece designed with bold detail and a dark, investigative edge. Head over to strangerlabel.com and check out the full lineup. Now let's get back to the case.
I did not give him no gun. I did not give him no implication of him being able to do anything like this to my husband at all.
What do you want to see, what would you like to see happen to David? What do you think should happen to him?
Well, he's got to pay for what he's done.
What's that mean?
I know I've hurt a lot of people. I know I've hurt his wife, and I know I've hurt his kids. And I'm sorry for all that. But I never, ever told him to ever do anything that's stupid.
But if he's charged and
Never.
tried and found guilty, what do you think should happen to him? If you were the judge, it was your sole decision. What would be fair?
If he deserves the death penalty, then that's what he would get.
But you're the judge, so you have to make the decision. I'm saying if you are in charge, what in your heart do you feel should happen to him? What is fair to you?
Well, he took my husband's life.
Mm-hmm.
so that he should take his.
You think he should be put to death?
I'm just not that cruel, I guess.
That's why I'm trying to get an honest answer from you. Don't tell me what you think I want to hear. I want to know what you really believe. What is appropriate punishment for David? In your heart.
To go to prison for the rest of his life.
Teresa, things aren't adding up with what's being said from other people about your knowledge of this prior. As far as him talking about, this is what I want to do, him talking about what he's going to do with his wife, you know, the marry me Teresa and all this other stuff. Okay? I don't want this man who murdered your husband, who took your children's father away from them. Now, before you answer this, remember your daughter crying and asking or writing in her journal, who's going to walk me down the aisle? He took all this away from them. How does it get to this point, and then after the fact, you lie to us? You don't tell Detective Rosewarren that this man's confessed to murdering your husband. Because I understand you still have feelings for him. Okay, that's clear. Okay, you have to. Because for you not to call the police after this man confesses to you that he put a bullet in your husband's head and took him from your children, there has to be feelings there. There has to be plans afterwards. Do you not think that here down the road, whenever he gets rid of his wife, that even if this would have passed and this goes unsolved, that Detective Rosewarren wouldn't have been able to put two and two together? Because you guys were very careful about using track phones, and you had pretty good discipline on the phone. You communicated with him.
You use voicemail instead of talking directly to each other a lot of times. I mean, all that stuff just shows evasion, it shows covertness, trying to be covert, trying to be slick.
Calls to the office in the morning where you talk for 10, 15 minutes. And, you know,
Well,
I have gone over...
I mean, because he knew that Randy wasn't there. That's why he called me.
Well, we figured that part of out. It's what you guys were talking about. It's what is the question. It's not...
We did not, I never once talked to him about anything like this, ever. And when he would, I just kept telling him, it's stupid.
Okay.
Don't do that.
Okay, but until a little bit ago, and I'm being honest with you, until a little bit ago when I said, you never told him no. And the next thing out of your mouth was, oh, I did. I just, you know, you hadn't been saying that for the last several hours. Okay?
I did. I told Detective Rosenwarren. I told him. I said,
this is in God's hands. Is
yes.
What you said.
Yeah, this is in God's hands. Leave it alone. You have no control over it, so leave it alone.
Okay.
Despite the mounting evidence, Teresa clings to the belief that she can get away with it by outsmarting the cops. That sense of superiority is exactly what keeps narcissists digging themselves deeper. Narcissists share common traits. They lack empathy, manipulate others for personal gain, shift blame constantly, and can flip from charm to cruelty in a heartbeat. Teresa shows every one of these. And now they're talking about the code words from David's so-called secret admirer letter.
I just not.
You know what?
I'm just not. I'm not the. I just.
Let me ask you this. On this note, this is kind of driving me nuts. What is that?
Honeymoon in Paris.
Oh.
AIE. I don't know what that means. He told me a long time ago, and I honestly I don't know.
How did he tell you what these codes meant?
Well, he left me a voicemail message about the letter and about what each one meant, but I never kept it in my brain.
What about that?
GDB. I don't know.
Just think about it. So, I guess, Detective Rosewarm has been in here a long time talking to you, and the biggest thing we don't understand is why, after the fact, when David Love tells you that about what he did, why you kept this a secret.
I don't know if I don't know how many times when I was by myself I would say, and I'm just being honest with you, and I know you weren't there and nobody else was there. Why I don't just call and just turn him in.
Were you afraid of what he was going to say? Because I'm telling you right now, he's in a room 2 rooms over. They're talking to him, and that was the text message I got. He is talking, and Detective Rosewarm is trying to give you that lifeline, because what he was explaining, if you get wrapped up in all this and you're not on the forefront and you're not 100% forthcoming, he can't help you.
I understand.
And you've got to think about you, you've got to think about your children. Okay? Not him. So, is there anything you haven't told us? And before you answer, think carefully. Okay? Because you've got, and this is hard, I know it is. But I'm telling you, if David says, she knew I was going to do this, and I don't know what he's saying right now, so let me say this. What would you say if he does say that? If he says, she knew I was going to do this, that's why she left the office, that's why she went to all these places.
Then he is lying, and he lied to me.
What do you mean he lied to you?
Because he always told me all the time. He would just rack it in my brain that he would protect me, he would take care of me, he would do all of this, and
Okay, but he can't do that until you're his.
I know.
Okay? So he's in save his butt mode.
Hours had passed. Lies had stacked up, and still no confession. Just when you think this interrogation has hit a dead end, it takes a turn straight out of a movie. The detectives are about to change the game. If Teresa wouldn't crack, maybe David would.
I'm not gonna let this keep going on, okay? We've been honest with you about everything except one thing. I'm gonna tell you, we don't have a pastor, but we want to test your integrity. I'm convinced that you're telling the truth, okay?
I am.
But we just wanted to bounce that off of you to see how you reacted, okay? It's just the technique that we use. All this other stuff is true. That's the only thing that I haven't been honest with you about. Remember when we talked earlier, would you be willing to try to talk to David? All right. It would probably go a long way to help you if you would be willing to give him a call. We'll give you a phone. Now, I know like I said, I know he's a pastor. He probably gets phone calls in the middle of the night all the time. The
I
thing
have
is,
to call him tonight.
let me tell you something. When we get rocking and rolling on something like this, we can't stop, because if we stop, experience tells us that things just go wrong. Things are going well, but you need to call him and you need to say, David, we have to talk, and we have to talk right now, and you better figure out a way to do it. I don't care if he has to make up a lie to his wife. I've got somebody that's sick or has been rushed to the hospital, but you need to draw him out to where he's at a place where he can talk comfortably. And you can't take no for an answer. Even if that means we need to talk because I got picked up or something like that, and we got to talk right now. But you've got to get him on the phone, and you've got to get him to a place where he can talk. Now, I can't make you any promises because I don't have the authority to do it. But I'm telling you, the prosecutor is already looking at charging you with obstructing a murder because of all the stuff you've done. This is why you need to cooperate, so that we can show the prosecutor that you're really trying to help and you're really being honest with us. This is what you need to do this for yourself. All right? And do you understand why? Do you understand why they might charge you with something? Well, think about it. You got a killer running around in our streets, and you know it, and you've done nothing.
When the detectives would finally pull out their final card, Teresa would walk straight into a sting operation she never saw coming. In the next episode, you'll see how Teresa's story finally plays out.
Pastor, this is Teresa. We need to talk.
That's the end of today's video. If you liked what you watched and want to support the channel, hit the like button and check out my Patreon link in the description. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time.